Okay, I'm going to make a start now. So thank you all for being on this call. And I just want to say I do these meetings weekly just for my team to ensure that you win both with the trading side and also on building the business as well. Now, today I want to talk about how to close prospects. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I've noticed a lot of people in our team are now starting to rank up. So a lot of people are bringing other prospects in and also helping them with trading and the education side as well. So one very, very important aspect of this business is the ability to close prospects. Now, as a very, very rough rule of thumb, if 10 people come to you, one, two, or maximum maybe three of those may convert into a customer. If you don't know how to close a prospect, if you're not following up with the right questions, then none of those 10 will convert. So it's extremely important that you know how to close prospects. Now, I'm going to try and keep this presentation down to about 30 minutes and let's go. So basically, I'm guessing you all know how to do the presentation. Now, the presentation shouldn't really last longer than about 30 minutes. To understand how to do the presentation, what you need to do is that you need to go and watch the existing Zoom presentations that we do 3 or 4 times every single week, and then practice them in your own time. Now, what I've done for you guys is I've actually recorded one of my own prospecting presentations and I've put it on YouTube. So you're more than welcome to go to that prospecting webinar that I've done and watch it several times until you are able to replicate it. Now, I've been doing presentations like this for absolutely ages, for years. And many of you know that I've been in business now for over 2 decades. So this is my 3rd decade of business. And I've been dealing with prospects for over 20 years. So again, my recommendation is if this is new to you, watch the presentation that I've done and try and replicate it. Obviously, use your own case example in there so that people can relate to you. But generally, when it comes to excuse me, doing a presentation, you need to acquire the skill set, and the skill set will be acquired through practice. So you need to go back to that presentation and watch it over and over again until you know how to do it yourself with your eyes closed. Now to closing prospects. After you've done the presentation, you will always go back to the prospect with a follow-up. Now, if a lot of people that start the business initially do the presentation, they may do a very, very good presentation. After the presentation, they never follow up. If you do not follow up with the prospect, you will not get any conversions. So it's extremely important for you to always follow up with the prospect so that they become a customer. So number one, you need to follow up with the prospect. Now, generally in marketing, if any of you have studied marketing before, you will know that you need around 7 interactions with a prospect on average before they become a client. Some people need more than that and some people need less than that, but generally on average across the board you need around 7 interactions, positive interactions, touch points with your prospect before they become a client. Now in this business, you're learning how to trade and also you are managing the business as well. So you've got 2 streams of income, and that's what you want to teach and show your prospects as well. You want to show your prospects how to trade, and obviously that's a skill set that is learnt over time. And also going forward, you need to show your prospect, once they become a customer, how to build a business as well. Now let's assume you've done the presentation and it's been a successful presentation and you are now following up with your prospect. You must never ask them what did they think, because when you ask a prospect what they thought about the presentation, they will come back as critical and they begin to think how they can critique your presentation, and very, very often they come back with negative thoughts. What I always ask my prospects is, what did you like best? I don't know if you remember If I brought you into the business myself, I think most guys on this call I did. I don't know if you remember as far back as that. I did not ask you, what did you think? I always ask people, what did you like best? When you ask someone what they liked best, they are more likely to come to you with a positive response. And that response that you get from them, you can actually build upon that response so that they can convert going forward. The second question I always ask, assuming they don't convert after the first question, in my particular case, a lot of people tend to convert after I've asked them, what did you like best? However, the second question I tend to ask people is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in this opportunity? Now, many people at this point will probably give you a number between 6 and 8. In my case, some people may come back with a 10, and on the odd occasion, you may get a 1 or 2. By asking this question, you can gauge how interested the other party is, and then you can build upon that. So even if I get a 1 or 2, I will continue to communicate with the prospect for weeks, for months, and even for years. In some cases, prospects have taken, again, I'm looking at the people on this call. Some of the prospects on this call have taken over a year, and in some cases 3 years to convert to join the business. In some cases, a prospect has only taken 1 day to join the business. So every single prospect is different. So you should always ask them, on a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in this opportunity? And based on the response that you get, you will know what to focus on. So if someone is a very high number, you can make them into a priority, and you know that they should convert fairly soon. If someone is a 1 or 2, they need working on. You need to show them the education. You need to show them how they can trade effectively. I actually show people, in some cases, how to trade before they even join the business, because what we provide is an educational platform, and our role is not just to bring in people. Our role is actually to educate people and ensure they become financially free as well through trading the Forex market. And as long as you have that on the top of your mind, as long as you are coming in from an educational perspective, as long as you're coming in to help people to achieve their life desires and goals, you will do very well in this business. If you are going into this business, into prospecting with the mentality that you just want to bring people in and you don't want to nurture them, you don't want to educate them, you don't want to help them, then unfortunately this business is not for you. So again, you should always nurture your prospects. When they become clients, you need to look after them to ensure they learn how to trade, and also they learn the business angle as well. Now, just to add, the points I'm going through now are not just applicable to this business. You can apply these techniques to any business, and I learned these six points from a guy called Eric Wall, and it really does make a lot of sense. Now on to number 3. So assuming the person hasn't converted yet, the third question I tend to ask is, now that you're interested in the business, whatever that level might be, how much money, so again, assuming the prospect is still talking to you, how much money would you need to earn to make this business worth your while? You can apply a part-time perspective to this as well, because many people that join this business are also working in a full-time job or a part-time job. In all honesty, in this business, you only need to do it part-time. In my case, when it comes to trading, I don't trade for longer than half an hour a day. And once you know what you're doing, once the skill set has been achieved, you do not need to trade 8 hours a day. Half an hour, 40 minutes a day is more than enough. And again, it's Monday to Friday, or when the markets are most active, which is Tuesday to Thursday, when you can spend half an hour a day trading. So again, the question to the prospect is, how much money would you need to make in this business to make it worth your while? And the person will come back to you with a number. So generally, again, a lot of people that have joined the business through me, their intention is to become financially free within, say, 1 year. So if they're working in a job, if you're making £2,000 a month, which is around average in the UK from your job, you would like to obtain that kind of income at least from this business within 1 year of joining. And that is very, very easily possible if you follow the strategies that we talk about. So the person will come back to you with a number, say £2,000 a month, and then you can build upon that later on. The fourth question is, how many hours would you like to commit to this business every single week whilst you're still running this business? Now, the reason I asked for this is because you're looking for some kind of time commitment. And in all honesty, you cannot learn how to trade the largest market in the world on just 10 minutes a week. You need to spend a little bit more time than 10 minutes a week. So again, the person should come back to you with an answer. And if the answer that you receive appears to be way out, you can sort of negotiate with your prospect and come up with a decent number. Now, when I started this business again, I didn't spend more than about 20 or 30 minutes a day learning how to trade the market. As a beginner, in all honesty, 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day is fine, because you don't want to get bogged down with detail and you don't want to get caught up in analysis paralysis, because looking at those charts as a beginner can drive you mental. It's only when you take your time, learn one small thing every single day, go through the online courses, get yourself onto the live sessions, attend the webinars, and slowly but surely, you will become a very adept, very efficient trader. So it takes a little bit of time. And number 4, you need to get from your prospect some kind of indication as to how long they are prepared to spend to learn this business. Number 5, how many months would you like to work for those hours that we just talked about to make the income that we talked about? So just if number 3 is they want to make £2,000 a month from this business, and number 4 is say half an hour a day, then number 5 is how long do you want to take to achieve number 3 and number 4? And again, if they say 1 month, that's just not possible, because this is not a get rich scheme. Again, you need to ensure your prospect knows that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a scam. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. However, it's a skill set for life. And once you learn this skill set, you can teach it to other members of your family. You can teach it to your friends, and it can change lives. I've seen people come into this business absolutely helpless at the outset, and then within a year to 2 years, they've become financially free. Financially free means you've got more money at the end of the month. And also, even if you stop working, you've got residuals coming in. That's what financially free means to me. It means you've got more money coming in that you know what to do with. And I've seen people come into this business in a very, very sorry state, but they've applied exactly what we've taught them. And in the space of 1-2 years, they've become financially free. So again, number 5 is for you to gauge how long your prospect thinks he will need to take to achieve those income levels. Now, again, by asking these questions, you're actually helping your prospect as well, by helping them gauge that this is a real business. And trading is not a game. It's not a joke. If you apply effort into this business, you can do extremely well. If you treat it as a hobby, you will only ever achieve hobby profits. If you treat it as a business, which is what it is, you will achieve business profits. And again, you've asked them all these questions, these 5 questions, and if the prospect is still with you and they've given you the answer to those 5 questions, I'm 90% sure that this prospect will become a customer. And the last question, number 6, is if I could show you how to develop an income of number 3, the answer they gave you to number 3. So I think that was £2,000 a month. Working again, number 4, how many hours a week? If they come back to you, if you go back to them and basically give them the answers to the answers they gave you initially. So if I just put that into context, if I could show you how to develop an income of £2,000 a month, working, say, half an hour to 1 hour over a day for 6 to 9 months, would you be ready to get started? And you've just given them a pretext. You've just given them an answer to the answer they've already given you. So it's at this point, it's extremely difficult, extremely hard for the prospect to come back to you and say no, because that is exactly what they want to achieve. Now that is how you close. So again, going back to what I said before, this business is about trading and also about building a business. If you do both elements in this business, you can do extremely well. If you only if you only want to do one of those things in the business, then it can take longer to achieve financial freedom. And my recommendation is to do both. And by doing both, you can do extremely well in this business. So that's all I wanted to talk about on closing prospects. Now, I also want to talk about our global event, and I'm going to talk about this every single week because it's so, so important. Now, we have a global event coming up on the 28th of February, 2020, and many of you on this call have already signed up for that global event. Now, I will tell you this every single week. Now, your business is actually built event to event. Every single 6- and 7-figure earner in this business that I know attends events. Every single millionaire in this business that I know attends events. Now, because Forex trading can be very much like a sine wave, it's up and down all the time. There are points in your learning cycle where you will become extremely demotivated and you may want to leave. You may think, no, it doesn't work. I cannot do this. If you go to an event, the event lifts you up, it motivates you. When you are motivated, when you're positive, your results will follow. When you go to an event, excuse me, your energy is lifted, and money is energy. The higher your energy, the more you are likely to earn in this business. So just make a note of that. The higher your energy, the higher your earnings. By going to events, you are able to retain the energy, and henceforth your earnings will follow. Events make champions. By going to an event, you will become a champion in this business. Now, your income is an average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. I challenge you to do this activity at home. Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. I'm 99% sure your income is an average of those 5 people. If the 5 people that you surround yourself with are broke, you are very, very likely to be broke. If the 5 people that you surround yourself with are millionaires, you will also be a millionaire. By going to events, you are surrounded by people that will uplift you, people that have achieved exactly what you're hoping to achieve, whether that's on the trading level, whether that's on the business level, or both. And also, you will achieve positive peer pressure from people just like you who have absolutely smashed the business. Now, the person that attends attends the most events wins. So just again, make a note of that. The person that attends most events wins. That's why events are so important. That's why the event coming up in February is so important. We have 10,000 people coming to that event in February. So a lot of people are coming to that event, and it's going to be an absolutely massive event. And we're hoping to meet other millionaires at that event. And like I said before, you will surround yourself with champions, and by infusion or whatever you want to call it, subliminally, you will also become a champion. Now, Eric Wall, one of my mentors, said that I'm going to give you like an example here so you can understand how important events are. Just say an event has 2,000 people in it. At the next event, after that event, half of those people will not come back. We see this every time. The business is built event to event. Now, half of those people at the first event will not be at the second event. However, the half that do turn up to the second event will, on average, have earnings double everybody else in that event. So just bear with me. At the next event, so we're now to the third event, half of the 1,000 people will not come back. However, 500 people of that cohort that do come back will have an income on average 4 times as much as everybody else. And this formula continues. What you'll notice is that people drop off from events, and it's only those people that continue to go to events, that continue to increase that knowledge on Forex, that continue to increase the knowledge on how to build their business. It's only those people that become the highest earners on Forex and also building the business in this business. So it's extremely important that you take that on board. And if you haven't booked the event on February 2020, please do that today. There is a link in our group somewhere. So make sure you book onto that event. I can't stress enough how important that event is. We've got many, many millionaires who are going to be at that event. And what I've learned in business is that you learn from people that are similar to you. So at that event, out of 7,000 people, 10,000 people, the chances of finding people in a similar situation to yourself is extremely high. And also at these events, you will start to develop relationships, with meaningful relationships, positive relationships with other people who are similar to you, but they may be half a year, 1 year, 2 years ahead of you. They may be making, $100,000, £100,000 a month, and that is something that you would like to do yourself as well. So you can learn from these people. You can maintain a relationship with them after the event as well, and you'll find that through these meaningful relationships, you will absolutely smash the business as well. Hope that's made some sense. If anyone's got any questions at this stage, please drop me a chat, and because I'm coming towards the end of this presentation, and I wanted to cover how to close prospects and also the importance of events. So I can answer questions as I go along. Now, finally, what I've noticed in our team is that a lot of people are now starting to, come towards their first rank or their second rank. And as always, I want to support my team. And again, every single millionaire that I know has on average 7 streams of income. Now, a millionaire generally does not have just the one stream of income. On average, a millionaire has 7 streams of income. Many other millionaires that I know have got more than 7 streams, but on average, a millionaire has 7 streams of income. This business is actually 2 streams of income. A lot of people have come back to me because obviously I've developed property in the past as well, and built a huge portfolio all over the country through property investments and through property development. A lot of people have asked me, how can I also earn an income from property? So what I'm doing for my team is I'm supporting you on that as well. I actually created a CD called Property Success Formula. I've sold thousands of these CDs to people all over the world. And as a thank you for becoming P150, I will give you a copy of Property Success Formula. I've also written a book, Like, Follow, Engage, which is all about marketing and how to market your business, no matter what the business is. It shows you and teaches you how to market your business through the internet digitally, whether that be through social media, through SEO, through paid search. I've written a book showing you how to do that, Like, Follow, Engage. And for those people hitting the rank of P600, I will give you a copy of that book. So I want you to succeed, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to ensure that you absolutely smash it. Obviously, you've chosen me for a reason, and I thank you for that. And in return, I want to make sure that you succeed. However, you need to obviously do some work yourself. You will not succeed if I'm doing everything. You need to be able to learn how to trade and listen to us. I've been in this business for a very, very long time, and I know what works and what doesn't work. If you take on board everything I say, if you listen to what I'm talking about, you will succeed in this business. There's a blueprint on how to succeed. And one of those items in the blueprint is to attend events, for example. Another item is that you need to do a little bit of learning every single day to learn how to do Forex. If you are able to do these things every single day, it doesn't matter how busy you are in your job. We can all find an extra 10 minutes in a day to ensure that we learn a new skill set. If you're able to do these little things continuously, you will find over a period of time that you will become not just very good at trading Forex, but also very, very good in building the business. And that's how champions are made. I've come to the end of this presentation. hopefully you've enjoyed being on this presentation, and thank you for your time. Any questions, you can contact me via WhatsApp or also through this Zoom call as well. But this is the end of the presentation. Thank you for your time, and we will speak again very, very soon. Thank you.